Hello and welcome to Blown to Bits, the podcast where we talk about video games, nerdy stuff, and sometimes some very risque things as well. But we'll see where that goes. My name's Charlie, and I'm joined to my left with
Adam
and
Ryan.
And we also have a very, very special guest tonight. My friend Matt, aka Archie Hamilton, amongst other monikers.
Jimmy Goodtimes.
Jimmy Goodtimes.
Clyde Slider.
Prez.
Mark Green.
Nature
Prez.
Boy.
Clyde Slider?
Clyde, yeah.
Oh, Clyde Slider? What's
Yeah.
Clyde Slider?
That was just a name I had on a fake ID in college. that guy liked to drink wine at Carrabba's, I'll tell you that.
I thought this was some kind of like new sex move I didn't know about or something. That's kind of weird.
I knew him as Nature Boy.
Yeah. Ooh. I've known him for a little bit. He's part of a group of like-minded individuals, Good Time Enthusiasts.
Good time enthusiasts. We're here for a good time.
Like to watch a little bit of professional wrestling, throw some parties.
Yeah.
Just have a good time.
These guys throw some of the best WrestleMania parties.
Thanks.
It's the only ones I've been to, so...
Well, it's the best and the worst, but
Yeah.
we like the part where you said we're the best.
Yeah,
So.
don't go anywhere
It's definitely
else.
the best WrestleMania party I've ever been to.
And that's a truthful statement.
Amen.
But no, they would rent out the Capitol Theater and like show it on the big screen and cater from full service barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Man.
grief. That sounds expensive.
No, not really.
No, that was back in the day when we were actually collecting dues every month from the.
We can't say that,
There's
Chuck. We'll have to pay
group
taxes
of you
on it.
guys.
I mean, not dues, but.
No, we had people working places that got us sweet deals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And it's like the Capitol wasn't even using the building that night. Who's using it on a Sunday night in April? Nobody. We are. That's who.
Yeah. We
So
made it
anyway.
happen.
So, video games is what you guys talk about on Blown to Bits. You know, I've been an avid listener. I'm an A1 Day 1 listener. When Chuck told me he had a podcast, I was all about it.
Cool. Well,
So-
we're glad to finally have you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for answering some of my questions when I call in.
Yeah, one of the first voicemails that we had, I think.
I know you're a big fan of DS, right?
Well, I'm a big fan of Nintendo in general. I
Okay.
think I have your DS currently. Maybe.
Yeah,
I do.
you're presently.
And I've been
using it.
playing some Mario Party and some Mario Kart. And Mario Kart on there is the best. We were talking about that before we started recording. That
Dude, that is the one thing that I miss about Nintendo is Mario Kart.
so much fun.
Well, back when I start my new job here pretty soon, I'm going to start building up my handheld collection again, and I'll get a couple DSs, and we'll be able to play.
What
some
version are they on now?
Mario Kart 8.
No, DSs.
Oh, the newest model is the new Nintendo 2DS XL.
Okay.
But it's basically the same thing as a new 3DS XL. It's just no 3D and big screens.
I love the 3D.
I mean, it was cool, but I
like
think it's
gimmicks.
funny.
I like that Nintendo always has gimmicks. Like with the Wii, they had the motion control. That was one of the first things you had to do. They had the Rumble packs back in the day on the 64.
right.
Yeah,
All kinds of gimmicks. I like it.
they had Rumble packs on Game Boy.
Really?
Yeah, there was a couple games on Game Boy that actually
That's
would
wild.
like rumble, and stuff. There was motion controls on Game Boy.
Okay.
There was a game called Kirby Tilt and Tumble, and you
Right,
could actually
okay.
like turn it and stuff. And it was like one
Wow.
of those ball mazes where you'd have to like.
It was like
move
actually
around.
like built into the cartridge that you put
Yeah.
in there, like the little.
That's cool.
I had no
s-
idea. That's cool.
Yeah, I still remember like
Schooling me.
plugging the Rumble pack into the N64 for GoldenEye.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That was a good one. I don't know.
That was like the original shooter game, right? Pretty much.
GoldenEye, it was like
The first
It was
popular
the
one where
OG.
multiplayer.
It was what took Doom's multiplayer to a whole new,
Yeah.
more accessible level. For everybody.
I remember playing that in college quite a bit.
I always played Odd Job, and then I would crouch.
Just chopping everybody in the shins.
Everyone would just
Assholes.
shoot over me.
If you used the control scheme, I think it was 1.2. It's called Solitaire, where the C buttons were your movement, and you would look with the stick. You could actually hold forward and right, and it would count as 2 motion strokes, and you could move twice as fast. So you had to move at an angle, but you could move while you were crouched twice as fast as, and you were just like.
Next time that comes up, I'm going to use that.
It's
I
funny.
forgot about that.
This is where you get your cheat codes, huh, Chuck?
Yeah.
Chuck's never played an honest video game in his life. This guy cheats all the time. Can we talk about that?
No, I
Oh.
mean I guess yeah.
Jeez.
Charlie's
What was
like
the
no.
last game you cheated on?
Probably. What was it? Rocket League.
No, whatever we played yesterday
How do
that
you
he
cheat
beat me
on
at.
Rocket
That's
League?
how. That's the last game he cheated at.
How does one cheat on Rocket League?
No, we don't. Super tennis. I was swamping you at. No, he's just mad that I beat him all the time.
Oh.
So he
Okay.
He says I use cheat codes, and there's things that always happen, like, that, like kind of glitch out or something, like that gives me the advantage, and it just so happens to always happen to me.
What my kids refer to as hackers.
Yeah.
Hacks.
You hacker.
He's a modder.
Speaking of video games, interesting thing happened. There's a bill making its way up the U.S. right now that is a huge deal. Mm-hmm. It's talking about banning all forms of loot boxes that contain anything that would affect gameplay in video games.
Because it's like gambling?
Mm-hmm. They said, in pretty much like, I think this was a direct quote from one of the people that proposed the bill, was it's almost like putting a casino in little kids' hands.
Well,
which I think it's a great idea because it'll pretty much change the mobile gaming industry.
Yeah, that was basically like how mobile games made their money. Like they just preyed on that impulse kind of thing.
I learned about that from South Park.
I learned about that from spending too much money on Clash of Clans.
Oh man,
yeah, that was a chunk of change. But yeah, I mean, please get rid of those. I mean,
well, they said it's okay in their eyes. They deem it okay to have loot boxes that are cosmetic items,
of course.
And I'm okay with that. Like
they're
cosmetics
getting rid of pay to win.
Yeah, they're getting rid of pay to win.
Chuck, that sounds a lot like your video game philosophy. You were ranting and raving one day on Rocket Hoots about gameplay being included in some of those boxes. And you're like, you should be able to buy what it looks like, but you shouldn't do it. That's what you sounded like.
That's like Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Revamped the whole game because of it.
They had where you could get certain star cards in the loot boxes. And, I mean, the whole entire gaming community just was up in arms about it. And they ended up having to completely redo the game to fix it.
That sucks.
But wouldn't you think that for a game that having that pay-to-play option would attract more people who are not necessarily hardcore gamers but just want to be good at something, or the people that are super hardcore, they're like, I love this so much, I will pay to show everybody how good I am at it?
Yeah, that's only like a small percent of gamers,
okay.
Especially ones that can actually afford that kind of stuff. Like, when I played Clash of Clans, I was in a clan with this guy, and he admitted one time that he spent like $8,000 on the game.
What?
Yeah.
He just had money to blow.
Right.
Some kind of trust fund baby or something.
Well, for me, I see it this way. If you are so willing to spend that much money just to be good at a game, then that's not the game for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, there are games out there where you can play casually without having to spend that much money and not have to worry about being that good at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's almost hurtful to that person more than it is to the other people that are angry about it being pay to win.
Okay.
It's mainly just mobile.
Mainly mobile. There's a few, and then there are some games that offer loot boxes that do it the right way, like Overwatch, where it's completely cosmetic stuff, and
Call of Duty
does cosmetics.
They do have those guns in the.
They locked them in loot boxes in Black Ops 3, and I never once got the guns I wanted in Black Ops 3. I wasn't able to get any of the guns I wanted. I wanted
that
the
would
FFAR.
be something that would be illegal, right?
Mm-hmm. So now, they already kind of recanted how they do that, and now in Black Ops 4, like, there's a pass or whatever, and you have to just play to unlock it. Mm-hmm. But it's, again, this is another thing that gets me riled up, is it's based on how much time you spend playing the game, as opposed to how well you play the game. So anybody can get there, which is okay with me. I want everyone to be able to get to that gun, but I think the people that play well should be rewarded more
quickly, at least.
Yeah, at least more quickly.
Yeah.
Well, there was a little while in Black Ops 4 where it was based on like how long you played the game, and people were joining these games and then rubber banding their joystick and going AFK.
Yeah, they wouldn't do anything. They would just sit there the whole game.
Yeah.
And just keep running across the map.
People just play by the rules and play the way they're supposed to play. Play by the spirit of the law, not just the letter.
Yeah. Make things require a skill to obtain instead of time to obtain.
Something like Battlefield, they do it really well. You can play objectives and not get any kills and still get, the highest score.
Yeah, that's true. Or you could just do some crazy shit like get in an airplane and try to crash it into a tank and jump out at the last second. Be like, gotcha. I don't know. I miss Battlefield being good.
You'll get there one day.
I don't know. I don't play those games. Those are too hard.
They are hard.
Too much time.
I just
for my
like
taste.
Nintendo games. They're for little kids, and that's basically the
I
gaming
don't think
skill
Nintendo
I have.
games are for little kids. I think they're for everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're for everybody, so that has to include little kids. And if they can be good at it, then I can probably do all right. That's how I
Yeah.
look at
Have
it.
you tried out Monster Hunter?
No, I haven't. I've seen him play it.
If you like Nintendo, I think Monster
I
Hunter.
do like Nintendo.
It's pretty cool.
It's a very Nintendo-y game.
Capcom always makes really neat games.
It was exclusively Nintendo for a while. Monster Hunter was.
Mm-hmm.
It was
On the
originally
DS
and all that.
cool.
And that's where I started it.
Mm-hmm.
This recent iteration of it is the first one that's come out on actual consoles.
Yeah.
And not handheld. Did you make a friend?
I did make a friend. He's a little
There's like
They're the
two
ones keep
gnats like just flying
landing on the
around.
microphone. I'm trying not to smash the mic, but
He doesn't get a say. He's not a guest.
yeah, he is not an invited guest.
Get out of
Charles.
here.
So, hey, you guys talk about mobile games. I like to play mobile games.
Fuck you.
Oh, man.
Ryan hates mobile games.
Seeing
Ryan.
Transformers over there, I play a Transformers game that I've been playing for 2 years and I've spent dime zero on.
Are you talking about the fighting game?
No, I just found out about that. I'm talking about Earth Wars.
Earth Wars, is that like the strategy one?
Yeah, it's kind of like Clash of Clans, but with Transformers.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like you can build a base and like you have your squad of
Yeah.
Autobots
It's
or Decepticons.
easy
Yeah.
to sucker me into anything Transformers.
Same.
Like you could put Transformers on something like Clash of Clans and I'm immediately already like, oh my god, like I want to try it,
Yeah,
like,
that's how it started for me, and here I am 2 years in, just really being weird about it. Really being weird about it, so.
I just feel mobile games just aren't fun.
Well,
there's a few.
I just don't like. I like having joysticks.
I
and
get that.
controller and like trying to shoot or.
but sometimes you can't always
Did
do
you
that.
make a friend too?
I did. I'm gonna eat them.
Oh. But what drew you? Like what draws you to continue to play mobile games?
I'm a creature of habit.
just the routine
Yeah,
of it all.
I like the routine, and I don't always have time to sit down and play games and relax and do stuff.
Okay.
So even if I can just take 10 minutes and play Animal Crossing Pocket, where there's no real objective other than just being nice to people and animals, and
Yes.
I mean,
think
that's cool.
fun to me.
Yeah.
It's very relaxing, very
I
zen to
loved,
me.
Animal Crossing.
I'm looking forward to the new one. I'm gonna actually invest and like play a whole lot of it. I've just been playing the one on the phone for a while.
I played it.
Pretty fun for me.
I played it on the DS with my kids.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, that game was like The Sims for kids.
Yeah, it's like right
no,
in
it's
that
for
genre.
everybody.
It's in that genre.
Yeah, it's a
for
Nintendo.
adults of stoner game.
Yeah.
Like you can smoke a bunch of weed and then go play Animal
It's
Crossing.
like I'm just gonna go find some fossils now or
Yeah.
catch some bugs.
Is the same with like Pokemon Snap on?
Oh, dude.
On 64?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
loved that one.
That game though, some of the stuff they wanted you to do was actually really hard.
It's so involved.
Yeah, like some of them you had to like, okay, hit him with an apple when he's right here, and then when you see the leaves rustling, you got to throw this over here, and then
Then you
that'll
play
make
the
this.
poke flute.
Yeah, then you play the poke flute, and then he'll come out at the end, and then you got 5 seconds to snap a good picture of him, or you're screwed.
I like Pokemon Stadium too on the 64. Did you guys play that one?
I played the mini games mostly on that.
I really liked figuring out who was good and who wasn't. I really spent a lot of time on that in college.
You need to just play the new Pokemon game that's going to come out on Switch.
Sword and Shield.
What is it?
It's
Do
just
you
basically
fight?
yeah, you battle Pokemon and you figure like it's basically.
Are there some
Pokemon
weird
Stadium.
ones on there?
Oh yeah, they're.
Are there some
fucking
ghostly
weird
ones on there?
There's a whole ghost type.
Oh, now we're
They
talking.
can get-
Is Gengar on there?
He's my
yeah.
favorite Pokemon.
I like
got
him a lot,
He's got
yeah.
like an ultimate evolution that's like super badass. Like,
What's
if
he
you thought
do?
Gengar was cool,
I do.
oh yeah, he's like on the Pokken tournament.
Oh, like
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'll be switching that one up this fall. Pokemon and Animal Crossing. Boy,
it's been a
I'm
long
a tax-paying
time
adult.
since I've battled Pokemon.
I'm not ashamed.
Ryan and I are just biding our time and crossing our fingers that some new Phantasy Star game is getting announced at E3 this year.
I'm crossing my animals. Rooting for you.
I'm pretty good on video games right now.
Right?
I'm not really craving anything.
Hey, Chuck, tell them what you bought before.
Friggin' Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
Just gonna get back into it.
Oh man,
It's awesome.
Gonna
I
get
love it.
I want it.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Throwing some hands.
Yeah.
Played one match before I came out here, and I can't wait to go back.
Who are you gonna play?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go through the single play or play through like the single player,
The story campaign.
Yeah, the campaign with the K.
Of course. It's combat.
and see who swings my way. Aaron Black is really cool. I liked him in the previous, but
He's top tier
Is he?
dog.
and Gearus,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
He throws some hands.
But he's not Shao Kahn.
I was watching a little bit of Mortal Kombat Invitational tournament over the weekend.
You see a lot of Gearus.
Yeah, a lot of Gearus, and there's like a really badass Aaron Black, but a super awesome like Scorpion, which was super fun to watch him play.
The top player right now, Sonic Fox, plays Aaron Black, and what he'll do is he'll throw down the poison and like make you just sit there,
Just stand there.
Yeah,
Even though you're blocking some attacks, you're still standing on that fucking poison.
yeah. I've seen him to where
Sinister.
like Aaron
is.
Black's throw, he'll like trip you and then like walk over you and like stomp your face, and he'll throw the poison down and then do that throw over the top of the poison. So the whole time you're just like sitting there getting your face stomped into a poison pile. Like
That's the worst possible reality of them all.
Yeah, that's
It's Mortal Kombat. That's the worst reality that could ever exist. I hope I never go to that realm.
It exists, man.
Didn't one of the developers leave the studio with like PTSD from working on that?
It gives me PTSD watching YouTube videos about it.
I don't know. I never heard that.
Like this
saw-
latest iteration, or just Mortal
Yeah, this
Kombat in
latest
general?
one.
Oh shit! I don't know.
I don't know. There are some pretty gnarly, finishers and stuff in this one. You know.
Well, they just get more brutal and brutal like each one that comes out. 'cause
Well, it's motion capture, and all that's filmed in like Malaysia or Thailand or something, and those are real people that have to die for that motion capture.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's probably what made that guy quit. If I had to guess, it made me quit.
Maybe
Maybe he
one
was the
filming
last-
it.
It's all real.
Yeah. He's the one having to go to these people's families, and be like, "Sorry, your kid died getting his head chopped off for a video game, but don't worry,
Right.
we're gonna sell like 1 million units in the first week.
Probably
we're gonna
should've-
make our money back."
Don't look like Johnny Cage out there, kids, or
Yeah.
this fate could be you.
And what do you think about that? Do you like on Mortal Kombat, Ace?
I don't play those kind of fighting games.
Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
He watches me.
Yeah, I watch every now and then. I've never been into them, except for I think Dead or Alive 2 was the last one that I played.
Those are too hard for me. I just like ones where I can hit buttons.
4 buttons and
Too
a
many.
block.
I don't know. I watch this guy over here, and he'll get on his little fight stick and practice.
You got a joystick? And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got a nice one.
That's hardcore.
and he'll just sit there and do the moves over and over again until he gets them down. And
Frame perfect.
yeah,
Yeah, you have to be if you're gonna. Today's online world, everybody downloads like the top players, you know, and watches what they do. So it's not as hard anymore to be. And plus, the games are a lot more accessible than they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, used to play Street Fighter, it was a high skill gap. You know what I mean? Like somebody
Yeah.
walks into an
Either
arcade.
you were good or like you just like,
Yeah,
You had
you're just
fun
kind of
playing
like, you know. But nowadays, it's just so easy for anybody to download a top player and really, learn all of their moves and just trounce you like you're a piece of trash. And
muscle memory. Yeah, he's
Wow. So, okay. So with esports coming on the rise, right?
definitely.
Do you think that people being able to download top players like that and study them makes for a better overall environment for talent?
yeah,
And B, do you all realize that like there are high school teams that are now feeding into college teams where kids can get
Get
college paid for?
scholarships.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
I wish somebody would have told me that in high school.
they have an esports program at McMurray. Remember McMurray College? There's an esports program there now.
Well, you run a video game club
Yeah.
at Sweetwater.
Yeah, at the school I work at, we're sitting around study hall one day and kids were playing DS. And I was just like, just bring, one of them got a Switch. I said, bring that in, we'll hook it up to the Promethean and we'll play it one day during study hall. Then it led to, we got a little league that we put on events like 3 times a semester. Have like live tournaments for 4 or 5 different games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get maybe trying to get a team going, because TSSAA has teams now. Like Lenore City has a team, Farragut has a team, Maryville has a team. That's really weird to me.
Yeah.
What games do you compete in?
Well, they do a lot of shooters and stuff, Mortal Kombat, but a lot of the sports games, Rocket League, like NBA 2K, Madden, FIFA, that type stuff.
Madden and the sports games are really big in the esports industry right now.
FIFA's
2K
crazy.
is the big one amongst high school kids. Like all those kids love NBA 2K, and that's it's usually the one that has. I usually have 10 or 12 people in that one each time,
Right.
just playing that. So that's pretty good. Smash, Kart, Mortal Kombat, all the classics. A rotating fifth, whatever is in season. FIFA, Rocket League, Madden. I don't know.
Did
Whatever.
you play Nidhogg that one time? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did play.
I will
Nidhogg.
trash some people at Nidhogg.
Yeah,
I know my
get
footsies.
boy. It gets just too tense, man. Like there's only so much of I can take, and I just
He's
I just
played
lose it.
Nidhogg against me. He'll tell you I'm nasty in Nidhogg, dude.
It's
I'm
sinister,
sure.
Yeah.
Chuck over here. He's
Old cheat code Chuck.
yep,
Dude, if you
exactly. He even knows that's his nickname.
If you guys can find a PlayStation 3, you should definitely check out Ragdoll Kung Fu.
Every time.
It's the most fun couch game you can play. Like,
I think it's on PlayStation now. So
Is that
next
like
time we
is
can-
that like Tickle Jellies?
kind of
Gang
it's like
Beasts?
a two-
Is that what you were referring to?
Tickle
Yeah.
Jellies.
See, you can just call it whatever, and people just know what you're talking about
Jelly
because that's
baby.
not
Tickle
that's not
Jellies.
Gang Beasts right there. That's Tickle Jellies or Belly Babies or
The
something.
first time
Tummy
I saw
sticks.
video
Yeah.
footage of that game, and you can like hold on with one hand to someone's face and just like pow pow pow
Yeah.
pow pow. You know, like I was sold. I was just like, yeah, I want to do that. That looks funny.
I can't move on the elevator, so I'm stuck in whatever one I'm in, and I just hope that someone brings the fight to me, because otherwise I'm just going to hang out there.
Yeah, you usually die trying to get across
Yeah.
a stage easier than you will when someone's actually
No
fighting
kidding.
you.
It's a fun one, though. That's a fun Narwhal or
Yeah.
Starwall. That's a good
We
one.
call that tummy sticks.
Yeah.
Star Wall's really fun. There's another game called Crawl that I just introduced him to.
Oh, yeah, no, he showed me that
Yeah,
one.
we
Yeah.
played around.
Yeah, that was fun.
Crawl is Crawl's one that won't get you raged. You know, like you don't get super angry. You're just kind of like, oh man. You
I don't know.
like-
Unless, if you're playing with somebody else, you might get hot about it.
With 4 players, like human
Somebody
players.
when we were playing might have got hot about it. That somebody might have been me. But yeah, no, it's fun. I like that. It was cool, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of party games. You just got to dig through tons of indie titles to find the right party game. You know,
That's why I listen to you guys. That's why I listen to Blown to Bits, so you can tell me what the good ones are.
Yeah, half of them are garbage, though. That's unfortunate.
Well, yeah, I'll let you all figure out which ones are garbage and which
spend
ones
our
aren't.
money.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's the consumer here, coming to the experts for advice.
Ragdoll Kung
Please,
Fu.
experts.
Ragdoll Kung Fu, Chuck, make it happen.
We'll get a round or two.
But we got
Toss some fish.
I swear, one day I'm just gonna show up at your door with a PlayStation 3 and Ragdoll Kung Fu. I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna show up and I'm gonna be like, here you go, Ryan. Merry
And then
Christmas.
we're going to throw a freaking party.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I know some guys that can throw a pretty good one. You just let me
Oh,
know.
yeah.
We'll get you hooked up on the big screen somewhere, brother.
I don't know. I just remember having a lot of fun with that game. It's very funny. It's a 2D platform like fighting game,
Okay.
but the way that your characters move is very Ragdoll meets marionette puppet.
Oh, okay.
And
It's gonna be hard for me to figure out how to move them.
No, you still move like normal, but the way that their bodies move is just funny.
It's bouncy.
Yeah. And
Is
you
it
have to-
like that guy that had his own PlayStation Mario type game?
I don't know.
That guy that made the video where he was like making them jump around and
Yeah.
stuff. No, it's more like
See, he knew.
you can move your character and everything normally, but their animations are just like
Oh, okay.
yeah, you'll be like running forward and his head will be like
They're all wonky, kind of like in Jelly Babies.
yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
But you
Okay.
just you play like random games like get the fish in the basket.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to fight over this fish and get it in a basket.
I like
up
games
somewhere
like that.
high. Yeah.
I like Mario Party too.
I'll show you a video of it.
Sweet.
Yeah. That's actually all the time we have for tonight.
Thanks for letting me come and hang out with you guys on a Tuesday
A
night.
pleasure. Thanks for coming out.
I always talk about video games. Hey, when's Killer Instinct getting a reboot? That's what I
It already
wanted to
did.
know. No, like a real one.
It got a real one.
No, not like on a system that I played.
It's on PC and it's on Xbox One.
Oh, Xbox One? I thought it was 360. Okay.
No.
Oh, maybe I'll try it then.
I've got it. I'll show it to you before you leave.
All right, sweet.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for listening. It's been a blast. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at Talleon, at TALLEEON. And Charlie, Ryan, where can y'all be found?
You can find me at shunt_trip and any other music source. Find the same moniker, me. Yes.
And you can find me on Instagram at RTLTC.
And where can you be found?
At Arch E. Hamilton on the Twitter machine, or Jimmy Goodtimes spelled phonetically on the Instagram.
Jimmy Good Times.
Got to keep them guessing out there. A lot of aliases.
All right. Well,
Bye.
See ya.
bye.
Bye.
Okay.